All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, call I'm la, Alahaina, Yahweh by Shem El Shai by Shem Harakakwarash. I want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who want to teach you all, and a hearty shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, your brother Karad is out back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shem El Shai. And we're going to talk about hate crimes. All right, give me 1 second. We're going to talk about hate crimes. Just give me 1 second, though. All right, yeah, we're going to talk about hate crimes, okay, and what a hate crime is. Let's start there. So I asked Google, what is a hate crime? A hate crime is a crime typically one involving violence that is motivated by prejudice on the basis of ethnicity, religion, sexual orientation, or similar grounds. All right, and we know this hate that Esau has towards you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native American Indians. All right, is an ethnicity type hate and or a religious type hate. All right, but it's all spiritual. It all leads back to the scriptures. Okay, and let me prove it with the scriptures. All right, this is Genesis 27, and I'm gonna start at. We all understand the story of Jacob and Esau, right? Let me start at 25. This is Genesis chapter 25. And verse, I'm going to start at 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai for his wife because she was barren, and Yahweh was entreated of him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived. And the children struggled together within her. She said, if it be so, why am I thus? All right, so when you're struggling, you're fighting. All right. And Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. All right, this portion right here, all right, kicks it off where it says the elder shall serve the younger. All right, and when I say what I mean by that is, this is where the Lord makes things interesting and starts to benefit things for us, as we can see when we continue to read. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. I think 30 that he was 60. Yeah, it says on the right he was 60. All right, so the Lord said the elder's going to serve the younger. All right, and who's the elder in this case? Esau. He came out first. All right, and also you can see where it says Jacob's hand took hold on Esau's heel. When you grab onto somebody from their heel, all right, it's the last part of the person is their feet, right, and their heel is significant to. You can look at that being brought down, them individuals being brought down. You grabbing on somebody's hand, you taking your hand and grabbing somebody's heel, you can take them down in that regard, is what I'm saying. All right, so this is where the beef and the hatred started, right, in the womb. And then we understand that the Lord gave blessings unto Isaac from Abraham, all right, to give to his whoever the Lord had chosen. The Lord chose Jacob, right? Let me get that. I was reading it earlier, Psalms 105. I think it's verse 6. Here we go. This is Psalms 105, verse 6. O ye seed of Abraham, his servant, ye children of Jacob, his chosen. Right? So the Lord chose Jacob, right? Out of Esau and Jacob, the Lord chose Jacob. Chosen one, elect of Yahweh. All right? And that's who Jacob is. He's chosen. He was elected by Yahweh Shem Shai, all right, to be the chosen, where the promises would go through. All right. So let's go back to Genesis 27. Well, let's go to Genesis 27. So like you. This is Genesis 27, and I'm gonna start at 41. We 39. All right. We know that the Lord blessed Isaac to bless Jacob with the promises. All right. As if he was the firstborn, but we know Rebecca had and Jacob had used subtlety to receive that blessing, but it was all part of the Lord's will, right? So it says here in verse 39, and Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven from above. Salakia. And by thy sword thou shalt live and serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. All right, and there was a certain point in time where, I can't quote it off the top of my head, don't remember, where Jake was ruling and Esau took over. All right. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessings wherewith his father blessed him. All right, let's look at that word hate. All right, hate in this Bible dictionary I have, it says to dislike greatly, to have a great aversion to. It expresses less than abhor, detest, and abominate, unless pronounced a particular emphasis. All right. It says here in Scripture, it signifies to love less. All right. Down here in the noun sense, it says great dislike or aversion, hatred. All right, and that's what Esau has. He has he hates you. He hates you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. All right. It says, continuing on in Genesis 27 and 41, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessings wherewith his father blessed him. All right. You can go back earlier and read the blessings that the Lord gave us. Basically, he gave Isaac, all right, gave the blessings of the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Al Shai to Jacob, right? And we're in the times of receiving those. What I mean by we're in the times of receiving those, we're in the times of receiving who the kingdom of heaven is for, information-wise, right? Because the world teaches you that the kingdom of heaven is for everybody, and the white man is going to rule in the kingdom of heaven, or whatever nonsense. What I mean by that is because they got this picture of this white man, Jesus, all right? But continuing on, wherewith his father blessed him, and Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand, then I will slay my brother Jacob. All right. Let's read it in the basic Bible in better English, right? It says, verse 41, so Esau was full of hate for Jacob because of his father's blessings, and he said in his heart, the days of weeping for my father are near, then I will put my brother Jacob to death. All right. Look at that word slay. Because this is what Esau is doing to Jake. All right. He's slaying this. All right. The word is harag. All right. To slay, to kill, murder, destroy. All right. Murderer, slayer. All right. Out of hand. And the Lord blessed Esau with the sword, as we had read up a little bit earlier. And he uses that sword to this full extent. All right. Let's see what it says here. It says persons used not only of private homicide, for which, let's see, but also slaughter of enemies in war, right? And Esau is our enemy. We are his enemy, right? Also of any slaying, whether by the sword or by throwing a stone. And Esau throws a sword in many different ways. All right, the actual sword, then he does it chemically with the food. He does it biologically with the diseases. Okay, he does. He kills us in all kind of ways. He slays us in all kind of ways. All right, I was just trying to see was there anything else. All right, to try to make this as edifying as possible. All right, now let's go over here to this article and read some of this article. All right, the white guy's name, or was his name, was Billy Booth, right? But look what it says right here. White Nebraskan man shoots and wounds 7 Guatemalan immigrant neighbors, all right? Esau's hatred extends beyond the so-called Negroes and Latinos, all right? Or Native Americans, let me say that, right? It goes into the Latinos as well, right? And those Guatemalans, guess who they are? They are Zebulonites, all right? They are from the tribe of Zebulon, all right? Again, a hate crime is something that is violence, all right, that involves prejudice based on the ethnicity or religion, all right? All right, that's what I'm going to leave it at. All right, here we go. It says authorities are not ruling out racist motives, as it should already be automatically considered a hate crime, all right? As they investigate why a white Nebraskan man, which his name is Billy Booth, all right, wounded 7 neighbors who are Guatemalan immigrants. All right, a white Nebraskan man described as reclusive and confrontational shot and wounded 7 neighbors who are Guatemalan immigrants, and investigators said they are not ruling out racist motives. Hey, look, he's doing what the Lord put the Spirit on him to do, and he's using the sword that the Lord blessed Esau with to do it with, all right? Esau hates you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, and it's showing in this news article. All right, about 15 people were at the victim's home, mostly in a yard, when Billy Booth, 74, opened up fire from his house in Crete with a shotgun around 4:30 p.m. Friday, officials said. Booth killed himself after the shootings. The victims who are related and included 4 children, 3 to 10, are expected to survive. All right, that doesn't mean they did, right? And it doesn't mean that they did not survive. I'm not sure, but the Lord got the Spirit on Esau to slay. Okay, all right, and it's all because of the iniquities and transgressions that we did against the Lord in our past lives. That's why we receive the judgment that we receive. All right. All right, let me see. All right, this is Job 4:7. It says, remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? All right, nobody that's walking on this earth is righteous. Okay, so everybody's going to meet some type of judgment from the Lord. And some people's judgment, when I say some people, Israelite men, women, or children's judgment may be to be delivered and not see death. Okay, it says, and that's not because of their righteousness, it's because of the mercy of Yahweh Shema Shai. Even as I've seen they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. All right, and we have done wickedness in the eyes of the Lord. All right, by the blast of Yahweh they perish, and by the breath of his nostrils they are consumed. All right. So by the commandment of the Lord, by his will and his doing, people are dying. All right. It says here, the shootings shook Creek, a diverse community of about 7,000 residents, about 70 miles southwest of Omaha. The population is about 50% Hispanic and almost 25% foreign-born. Booth largely kept to himself and had a history of conflict with his neighbors when he did interact with them. Police previously received a complaint from the family that Booth obscene gestures, made an obscene gesture and told them to go back to where they came from. Right? That sounds like a hate crime right there. That's what makes it a hate crime. Not only what he said, but it was done with an act of violence to follow. Right? It says here, and told them to go back where they came from and speak English. The family did not press charges. All right. Down here, it says investigators were trying to determine the motive and were not ruling out any racial motivation. He said the context "go home and speak English" leads it to itself. The chief said. All right. Then it says he hated white people too, but whatever. All right. But there you go. You got hate. You see it, right? You see it. Let's see what all says. Let's see what this one says. Same thing, basically. But the whole point is that you can see that Esau hates you, man. All right? He has a hatred for you guys, for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. All right? I think it's Ezekiel. This is Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 3. It says, "And say unto it, Thus saith Yahweh power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate." Excuse me. We can liken the Mount Seir unto America today. All right, because this is what the Lord is going to do to America. All right, because of the violence of. Let me get that in Obadiah as well. Let me grab that now, then I'll jump back to this. Don't feel sorry for Esau, man. All right, fuck Esau. Fuck these so-called white people. All right, verse 10. This is Obadiah 1 and 10. "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever." All right, let's look at that word violence. And shooting somebody is an act of violence. It's a hate crime. All right, the word is Hamas. It says violence, wrong, cruelty, injustice. And what we just read was an injustice, right? But we understand that it was judgment from the Lord Yahweh Shem Al Shai. All right, so let's go back to Ezekiel 35. All right. Verse 4 says, "I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh," right? Because Esau thinks he is the God. He set himself up to be God. But verse 5 is the point. This is where I'm going to close out. "Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by force of the sword, which the Lord blessed them with, in the time of their calamity." Are we not going through calamities now? Right? But this is speaking more in regards to the Babylonian Empire time, when the Babylonians took Jerusalem over. In the time in the time their iniquity had an end. "Therefore, as I live, and the Lord lives forever, saith Yahweh power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sitteth thou, saith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee." All right. "Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut it off from him that passeth out, and to him that returneth. I will fill his mouth with his slain men in thy hills, and in thy valleys, and all thy rivers. They shall they fall that are slain with the sword." All right, the Lord's gonna fuck Esau up for what he's done to us, man. All right, we cannot forget that. All right, remember these miraculous words that the Lord has said, because we're going to see them happen. As we see time go by and we see hate crimes going on towards you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, all right, which are the 12 tribes of Israel: Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, and Issachar. Y'all are the people. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, y'all are the people. All right. But hate crimes, this is one of them. All right. Lord Williams edifying to the next time. Shalom.